All right, so you just booked a call with a hiring manager. Excitement is high, the nerves are kind of high. You can already picture landing the client and making the placement fees. But here's what the part that recruiters don't realize oftentimes is that the sales call is won or lost before it even begins. Not on the call, but before it. And the difference between recruiters who consistently land new clients and the ones who struggle with getting ghosted comes down to two main things: how well prepared they are and the mindset that they bring into the call. And in this video, I'll be sharing with you how to get both right so that way you walk into every single hiring manager call set up to win. And if you're new here, my name is John Chantanrode. Over the last 6 years, I've helped hundreds of corporate recruiters across 15 plus industries launch their own recruiting businesses and get new clients. We do have a done for you program if you ever want help with that. The link's in the description, but for now, let's get right into the content. By the way, this is going to be part one of a 10-part series focused specifically on sales, on how to get new recruiting clients as an independent recruiter. So let's get right into it. The part I want to start with is mindset, because here's a part that not a lot of people talk about. And whenever I work with a recruiter, they tell me the same thing. They say, John, I don't see myself as a salesperson. I don't like sales. I hate sales. I don't want to be seen as pushy or desperate. And I always say the same thing back. That's good, because what I teach them has nothing to do with selling. Like, here's the way I look at calls with hiring managers. It's that it's a conversation between two professionals, and the purpose is to find out if there's a fit. That's it. You're not there to convince anyone. You're not closing. You're simply exploring whether you can help them with a hiring problem that they already have. Right? That's it. And here's the thing. The moment you walk into that sales call with the mindset of, I need to win this business, I need this client, you've already lost it. I mean, think about it like this. On a first date, if you show up kind of desperate, like you really need them to like you, they sense it immediately. Like, they lean back, it pushes them away. The very thing you want most is the thing that your energy is repelling. It's ironic. And so the mindset you want instead is this: you want their business, but you don't need it, right? You are a specialist. You have other clients. This is simply a conversation to find out if there's a mutual fit. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're saying, John, I'm just getting started. I don't have a bunch of clients yet. And that's okay. You can just act as if. Right? You show up with the same energy even before it's fully real. And here's what happens. The more you practice it, the more natural it becomes, the more easy you feel, right? The more ease you feel, rather. And soon enough, you will have enough clients that you won't have to fake the funk at all. Now, before every call, I want you to ask yourself these three questions. Am I connecting with this person, or am I performing for them? Right? Am I connecting, or am I performing? Am I generally curious about them and their situation, or am I thinking about what I want to say next? Am I relaxed, or am I anxious? And here's what I personally do before every single call with a hiring manager is I literally take a 10-minute walk around the block of my house. I have my coffee mug. I'm saying hi to my neighbors. I look at the birds. I'm not rehearsing. I'm not prepping. I'm just settling my nervous system down so that I can have the best chance to come into the call cool, calm, and collected. Right? That's the foundation. Now, let's talk about the second thing I need you to lock in before your call, right? Is your preparation. Now, most senior corporate recruiters we work with are really good at doing their homework, right? They're professionals. Before they call, they know kind of their LinkedIn profile, what it looks like. They've glanced at the company page in general, and they have a pretty good sense about what they're walking into and who they're walking into on the call. But good enough is not the same as being thorough. And the difference between a quick glance and real prep is what determines whether the first 30 seconds of the call lands or falls flat. Because here's the truth. If you nail the first 30 seconds of a hiring manager call, the rest of the conversation flows naturally. If you fumble, then things get awkward fast. It's very hard to recover from a bad start. So ideally, the day before, I want you to spend 10 to 15 minutes doing three things. First, pull up their LinkedIn profile and just scan it the way you would scan someone's dating profile, right? You're looking for things that kind of jump out at you that you can use to bring up on the call, right? Something you can reference naturally. So, for example, maybe they started at the company as an individual contributor, but over the last 5 years, they've worked themselves up to a VP title. Like, that tells you a lot about them and who they are. Maybe the hiring manager's been at the company for 10 years, which tells you how invested they are deeply in the success of the company. Right? There's a reason why they're there for that long. So these are kind of really genuine conversation starters. It's not just a flat compliment, it's something real that you can bring up. Then, second is go on the company page on LinkedIn and look at the careers page. Look for some context clues. How many roles are open? How many people have applied? How long has roles been open for? Right? If roles been open for 3 months but only 8 people applied, worth flagging mentally. Right? Now, again, this is not just things to bring up on the call, but it really shows them that you did your homework, that you're prepared. You might not bring up everything you see, but you might be able to pull it out of your back pocket if it comes up. And third, you want to do a quick Google search. Look at the company's press releases, announcements. Did they raise new money? Did they have big shifts in their management, right? Did the VP switch? Did they lose their CEO? Again, these are context clues to walk into the call genuinely informed. It's not just about the roles, but about where the overall company is headed. Now, that level of prep is pretty rare. And hiring managers, they notice it immediately, and they really appreciate that. So, 15 minutes the day before, do that prep. And this is the difference between someone walking to a call, hoping it goes well, versus someone walking to the call fully ready. So there you have it. Those are the two things you have to lock in before every single hiring manager call. Your mindset and you showing up kind of relaxed, calm, full of connecting energy, and the prep, right? You know exactly all the details you need. So think of it like a first date, right? We talked about that. Desperation repels, confidence attracts. And that 15-minute prep you do, that information gathering the day before, that helps you feel prepared, that helps you calm down, that helps you know that you have exactly all the information you need to really have a good conversation. And if you do that, you're well ahead of most recruiters who are just jumping on the calls with a 5-minute prep. Now, in part 2, I'll be showing you exactly how to take everything we talked about in your prep and use it to build true rapport in the first minute of the call, right? I'll give you word for word examples in the next video on what to say and how to say it so that way everything feels natural, specific, and nothing like a sales pitch. And if you're finding this series useful, go ahead and hit subscribe so that you don't miss the next video I post every week. And if you have questions about what we talked about, preparing for the call, just drop them in the comments. I do read every one and reply to every single one personally. So that's it. Hope you got value in this video, and I'll see you in part 2. Bye now.